Hey everybody, this is the Crossman Sports Talk Podcast, episode 4. How's everybody doing today? We appreciate the love and the downloads and the streaming listening. I want to start off the night with the firing of Dan Quinn. It just seems like week after week it's something new. Last week O'Brien, this week Dan Quinn. GM Thomas Dimitrioff was fired as well. They got rid of both. Dan Quinn was there for 6 seasons, ended up being with having a 43 and 42 record, and Dimitrioff was there for 13 seasons. What's going on, Pat? What's caused this firing this time around?
I just think, it was like last week we talked about Bill O'Brien getting fired. I just think it was one of those things, it's a win now league. It doesn't matter the fact that the Falcons went to the Super Bowl. 2 years ago was it?
Yeah, 2016.
16, 3 years ago. Yeah, exactly. But, unfortunately, you don't see, for instance, the Pete Carrolls, been around for 10 plus years. I mean, it's a win now league. It doesn't matter what you did yesterday. It's what can you do for me today? And, I kind of seen that coming because they've been talking about it. And I just think that after this week's loss, it was, to Carolina, it was something that I'm sure, they had to pull the plug on. So,
yeah, it seems to be, 23-16 loss, 0-5 start. With Dan Quinn there, they were 2 playoff trips, and like we talked about before, the Super Bowl in 2016 with that loss.
And the thing about it too is, like we talked about last week with O'Brien, Quinn's a great coach. He was a great defense coordinator. Obviously, he took Seattle. He was the coordinator when we won the Super Bowl, and same with Bill O'Brien. He's a good coach. It's just like I said, it's tough being a head coach in the NFL.
Yeah, agreed.
And then on top of it, Atlanta's had a lot of injuries. I mean, Julio Jones. I mean, you take away weapons like that. I mean, it's just gonna.
And they also lost so much of their secondary same time that they have no one back there anymore.
Yeah, that's a killer. When you can't even field a team, and it sucks because Dan Quinn is not only a good coach, but he's a good dude. I mean, everybody that talks about him says he's just a great person in general. But I mean, their loss, maybe our game. There's talk of Quinn coming in as a defensive consultant with the Hawks.
Really,
Yeah,
I heard
there's rumors floating.
Oh, okay, because I heard today Carroll just said he just.
Because he doesn't want it. He can't talk about it. But
I see.
yeah, there's stuff floating that he could come in as a defensive consultant.
Well, when I saw Dan Quinn getting fired by the Falcons, I didn't think their general manager at the same time would get fired.
Oh yeah, that was coming.
Yeah, too many mistakes. And Arthur Blank came out and said, they did there was a press conference in regards to everything that was going on, and based on the way the press conference went, his commitment to Matt Ryan was kind of
it's not there.
Yeah, he wasn't there with it, and when they were talking to him in regards to the future, who's doing the hiring and firing, or who's doing the hiring, who's looking for replacement GM, who's replacing what they're gonna do for head coach, what they're looking for. He was kind of he was up in the air, and when they asked about Matt Ryan, he was quoted as saying, Matt's been a franchise leader for us, great quarterback, one of the leading quarterbacks in the last 13 years in the NFL. She said, so I hope he's not going to be part of our plans going forward, but that'll be a decision that I won't make. And he ended up saying, Matt has the ability to play at a very high level, even at his age. Whether that's going to continue or not, I'm not sure. So, it's leading that maybe they could end up trying to get rid of him and make some profit off it.
Hey, I'll tell you what, too, like we talked about last week, I believe, wasn't it, Brian, when we talked about the Jets? The quarterback out of Clemson.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, no.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, 0-4 now.
Well, if Atlanta keeps losing,
they're going to trade.
There was talk that they could trade Matt Ryan away if they're going to get one of the top 5 picks to get one of those top 3 quarterbacks this year.
Who are the top 3 quarterbacks this year?
A kid from North Dakota.
How about the kid from North Carolina? He's pretty. He's still
the top 3 are the kid from Georgia.
How about
Is it Georgia?
How about that guy from Texas, Sam Ehlinger?
No, he's not.
He's too much of a running quarterback. He's not a. He's a prototypical college quarterback. He could probably play like strong safety in the NFL or something like that. But I can't think of his name. Look it up. The kid from North Dakota State, I believe, quarterback, and then obviously Trevor Lawrence, and then there's one from Georgia. Is it Georgia or Ohio State?
I think it's Ohio State. That kid Fields.
Yeah, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, that's right. Those are the top 3 quarterbacks. So, and then I was listening today, and they were saying that
the quarterback for the North Dakota State Bison football team is Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Yeah.
They say him and Justin Fields flip flop as the number 2 quarterback.
But
behind
the
Trevor
point
Lawrence.
I'm trying to make, as far as number 1 quarterback, that Trevor Lawrence, they say he's a once in a generational quarterback. So, you know what I mean? He's the only guy out of all of them that, you know, you're willing to give up a lot to get.
Yeah,
to
and
win.
if Atlanta's there, I'm sure that they would possibly
Oh,
think about
absolutely.
trading
What is
Matt Ryan.
They were
35?
Matt Ryan is 35.
Yeah.
They were saying that Trey Lance kid is like a exact same quarterback as what's his name, Andrew Luck.
Oh, really?
He said he exactly what he does and all that on the field that looks like Andrew Luck. What he would do.
That's
And
quite
before Carson Wentz, this kid would have never been looked at
because of the small school.
because of the small school. So when you're looking at where Carson Wentz came from, I think it's the same school.
Wait, did he come out the same school as?
I think it's the same school. North Dakota State is where, you know, this kid would have never been looked at if it wasn't for Carson Wentz. And they said he's very, very good.
Well,
Excuse me.
we'll wait and see how it goes. But you know, Dan Quinn out.
Super Bowl hangover's real, man.
Raheem Morris is in as interim coach. It was going between him and it was Raheem Morris and somebody else, but they ended up deciding to go with Raheem Morris.
Yeah, like the Super Bowl hangover happens to so many teams. Like the Niners, you can't really say it because they had so many injuries, but it happened to the Seahawks, the Falcons, and then almost the Niners. Well, it looks like the Niners now, but it happens all the time to teams.
It's real.
Yeah, so we'll see what
It's
happens.
definitely real.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Except the Patriots.
Yeah, nothing can happen to the Patriots besides them not probably making the playoffs this year.
I think that's Bill Belichick's willingness to cut certain people and let go of people. To
No matter what he does, he'll always find a way to get that team down.
Sure.
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, we'll play it out, see what happens in Atlanta. It's going to be an interesting year so far with everything going on and just 2 firings so early in the season.
There's more to come.
I think when we were talking about in the car is that they're not going to be able to sign a general manager till the end of the year.
Okay.
We'll probably just work with something on their coaching, but I don't know. They said something about their defensive coordinator
Oh, okay.
coming up, but they're not going to be worrying about a general manager
Till the end of the
till
season.
the end of the season.
Let him hire the coach.
Makes sense. Yeah, play it out. There's no rush now. It's you're already
Your
over 5.
season's done.
Your season's
so I mean, he gave no guarantees on Julio, on anybody.
Nobody on that team.
Nobody on that team.
Even Grady Jarrett, which is surprising.
Yeah, he gave no guarantees. So you can guarantee that they're gonna tear it down to the studs.
Same as the Jets.
Let the new GM come in and build it.
Build it up.
Yeah.
So do you think it's going to be the Giants, Falcons, and Jets fighting for that quarterback?
It's too early, but
I don't
I'm sure
think it'll be
looks
the
like it.
Giants. I think the Giants are a pretty decent team. I think they're going to win a few games this year.
I think the Giants, like we talked about the Dolphins last week, I think the Giants are going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Hey, look, defense is coming around. Obviously, with the Dolphins right now, Fitzpatrick magic as usual, but
And then
you
they'll
know it's Tua's team.
Yeah.
And
You
then they'll have
know,
Saquon back next year. Florida.
so, but I think those are 2 upcoming teams: are
Yeah,
the Giants and
definitely.
the Dolphins. Definitely.
Yeah. There's so much potential going to be happening.
Absolutely.
Hell, we watched the Dolphins play Seattle last week, and the Dolphins look better than the record, and they
They almost beat us, and they beat the Niners, but they almost beat the Seahawks too at the same time.
exactly. So yeah,
They thumped the shit out of the Niners.
Wait, what is their record right now? Like 2-3? They could be 3-2 right now if it wasn't for us.
potentially.
Pulling
Yeah.
it out at the end.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we'll play it out and see what happens. But in regards to the NFL as well, we saw a really nasty injury on Sunday in the Dallas Cowboys went over the Giants to 37-34. That was a tight one too for even Dallas. But we saw in the third quarter Dak Prescott go down with a right ankle injury, severe compound fracture with a dislocation on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was, I mean, it was just silence in the crowd, just straight emotion.
You could see it in his face when he was getting carted off the field that it hurt from him so
he was
much.
in pain.
You could see it in his face.
When somebody's, usually somebody gets hurt, they're squirming around on the field, and here comes the training staff. Didn't even need to bring the training staff. Dak Prescott was like,
Yeah,
"Fuck, over here."
I saw that. Yeah,
bone through skin.
Yeah, he was dangled. That was
he's
hardcore.
Someone was saying that he has a chance to come back. I wouldn't put him back in, even if he had a chance.
No,
he's 6 months.
Yeah, Adam Schefter said
6 months.
4 to 6 months.
4 to 6
leading
months.
on the 6 months.
Yeah.
Maybe could it be into next year, or do you think?
He's out this year. For
he
sure.
won't play camp next year. He won't be anything.
They said June, the earliest.
He may be even out the first couple of games of next year.
Either way, it doesn't matter what you think. Nobody wants to see.
No.
Dak's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a real good guy.
He's a good guy. He deserves the money that's owed to him by Jerry Jones. I hope Jerry Jones sticks by his guns and does sign Dak. I think he's a good guy. He's a good quarterback. And, it was an unfortunate situation, but, hopefully Dak comes back strong and gets his money.
When I was looking at it, like how he got, like the player went down on his knee and all that, it was the exact same way that when it happened to that Allen Hurns dude against Seattle in the wild card.
Oh yeah,
it was the exact same way.
That we played the Cowboys. Yeah,
he came down on his leg the same way that player did on the back.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
Broke his ankle.
Either way, best wishes to Dak.
For sure.
No
Yeah.
doubt about it. You don't want to see anybody get hurt like that.
No.
As much as I dislike the Cowboys, and it's hard to say, but I mean, everything you hear about Dak Prescott is nothing but positives.
Even if it's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Anybody, you don't want to see anybody.
I don't know.
No.
And we'll talk about Janine Garoppolo in a minute.
So Jimmy Garoppolo's got a fine hooker of a girlfriend to take care of him when he gets home.
Is Jimmy Garoppolo's
His girlfriend's
she's a porn star.
Yeah, she's a porn star.
Get out.
No, seriously, man.
Dead
He's
serious.
banging a porn star.
Yeah,
What's
she's
her
a
name?
porn.
I have no idea who his porn star friend is.
I like a licky dicky.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but he is for sure that it's a porn star. He's out there.
Gay porn star, or
It could be.
It could be either way.
It could be either way. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, in regards to the Dak Prescott thing, yes. Stephen Jones came out and said, Stephen Jones is the executive vice president for the Cowboys, and he said he stated, Dak's our future.
Let's
So,
go. I hope they stick by it then.
I hope so too.
I think Andy Dalton can lead that team.
Well, that's where I was going to go. Is so here you go. Here Andy Dalton comes in, and he actually played pretty decently. Considering to get him back up there. He's got the NFC East is a joke.
Oh yeah.
And Dallas is in first at 2-3 right now.
Well, I think that whole division combined is like 4-15 and 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think Dallas will end up taking that. I mean, the Eagles aren't as good as I thought they were going to be. I really thought it was going to be the Eagles this year.
Yeah, they built so much around that team, and then it just all disappointed them.
Yeah, and
the Giants are still in the race at 0 wins.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and the football team, even if they.
Well, and they're already looking to trade Skippy Nuts. He called into work on Sunday.
Who's Skippy Nuts?
Dwayne Haskins called into work on Sunday.
Did he really? Just because he got
dead serious? He called in sick. Didn't even come to the stadium.
Are you serious?
You're kidding
I'm
me.
dead serious.
Wow.
Dead serious. The fucking guy called in sick.
Wow.
I don't feel good.
Let's just question.
I got the Skippy Nuts. They're looking to trade him already.
And
are they really?
Oh yeah. Clayton says there's rumblings already.
Wow.
Who though?
Chicago's interested.
Of course, Chicago is.
Oh yeah.
Another one I wanted to give a shout out to, which I was gonna use as my end of the show, but congratulations to the quarterback that came in for the Redskins who went through that brutal.
Alex
Smith.
Alex
yes.
Smith. What a